Hi guys, it's Christina Sierra here and welcome back to my channel. So 23 days ago, I started the Daniel fast and it has been an amazing experience. Throughout the 21 days, I have been vlogging and I put together some videos to share with you all. I hope you all enjoy. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you don't miss a video. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.
Hey guys, it's Christina here. So I am just coming to give you all an update on my Daniel fast. I'm not sure what day it is, but it's currently Sunday. It's maybe like 4:30. Let me see. Oh, it's 3:14 in the afternoon. So um, I'm about to start my last week of the Daniel fast or the Daniel inspired fast, and I just kind of want to do a little recap of what last week was like and just what I'm going to do for the final week. So last week wasn't bad at all. I didn't have any type of headaches or anything. It was a really good week. I spent a lot of time with the Father. I was getting up 3, 4, 5 o'clock. I have my alarm set to 5 o'clock so that I can make sure that I'm up by 5. But I've been getting up before then. Usually around 3, 3:30, I'm up. I start with praise, or start with worship, praise, and then I would do some sort of Bible study, reading scriptures, or um, I've also been reading about the women in the Bible. So I won't say each day, but whenever I do that, I just pick a different woman in the Bible and then I just read about them. I have different books that talk about them. So I read all of the stories and then I just kind of write a little bit about, what I thought about that woman of the Bible. And then I just kind of carry on throughout my day. I do have my alarm set now to where I am notified or reminded to pray 3 times a day as well. So there's a lot more praying going on. What I've noticed this week, though, is that I have been snacking more. Um, I still only eat after 12. Like, I have no problem waiting to eat. Some days I feel hungrier, but I have no problem waiting until 12. But I noticed, especially yesterday, that I was just kind of snacking. And I'm really trying to get out of that habit of just eating just to eat. There's one thing to be hungry, like your body is really actually needing to eat. It's needing nutrition, but that wasn't the case. I was just like trying to like snack. I think maybe I was maybe craving something and I wasn't getting it from the food, so I just kept kind of eating. I don't know, but um, this week coming up, my last final week, y'all, I am about to really give it all that I have. I'm really about to do fruits and vegetables and making sure I'm getting my water. It is a struggle to get 3 to 4 bottles down. Like, so it's a struggle. Some days I do it and then the next day, I don't. And then it's like I'm trying to catch up and then it's like I never catch up. But I'm really going to stay focused come Monday tomorrow until the fast is over. But so many breakthroughs, so many revelations, y'all. This is amazing. I've also been telling myself that this is something that I don't want to let go of. Like, I don't want to go back to my old life. Who wants to go back when you've experienced this? So I've also just been praying to the Father to show me ways that I can continue this, like me being realistic as where I am now, and what is it that I can do, or what is it that I can continue to do when the fast is over. What I know that I'm doing, I'm going to say it now to myself, is I'm not eating meat. Won't be eating um, meat. Don't know about dairy. It's going to take me a little bit more time to get rid of dairy. Um, and last week also, I bought some vegan like chicken nuggets and some vegan. They were like beef. I can't remember the name of them, but they're like a beef. But I bought that, and it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. But again, I don't know, that's like that week is when I was snacking a lot. So I think I was even eating a lot of more like um I want to say heavy foods. Maybe it is maybe heavier foods. Like, I wasn't just eating fruits and vegetables, throughout the day. I had, the beef to go with like my rice bowls and, the chicken strip, So I don't know, but I am trying to do better this week. But I'm not gonna eat meat. I love meat. Meat is delicious. Like whoa, like there's nothing like meat. I'm sorry, it is so good, but my body just cannot take it anymore. And I don't know if it's me having kids, where now that I've had kids, it's like my body is just different. But my health is at risk when I eat it, and I notice a difference when I eat it. So especially beef. Um, I will still eat fish. I'm still trying to like look up some things and to, like kind of figure out what I'll eat and what I won't eat or whatever. But still praying about it and baby steps. I know that the Father will give me to whatever stage I want to be at, and when I'm at that stage, when I'm used to that stage, when I've conquered that stage, then I can go on to the next stage, whatever stage that is. But I know that that's something that I'm going to continue with me. Also, just getting up early. You guys, I've been going to bed super early. I say around, I want to say 7:30, but this week actually I was up until like 9. I had some things to do with my husband. We've been like really doing a lot of things around the house. Super, super productive during this fast as well. But um, so I was helping him with some things around the house. So I say around 9 o'clock, at least like by 9, I'm in the bed, and then I'm up at 3, 4, 5 o'clock, at least by 5, because that's when my alarm goes off. And I try not to let my alarm wake everybody else up. So I have to make sure that I get up to turn it off. So that's how. But I want to still be getting up, and I want to still like have my afternoon, because this is what I've been doing like when I wasn't working, as far as like social media and doing things like online. I really did have the afternoon to kind of do what I wanted to do and like chill, relax, or whatever. A lot of what I watched a lot of YouTube videos regarding fasting, listened to a lot of worship and praise music. But I was able to just kind of do what I want. I was helping my husband, we were doing some things around the house, and it wasn't that stress of just trying to get things done. Like I was like, okay, whatever I need to do, I can do tomorrow. Um, and also, when I wake up early, so say I spend like 2 hours with the Father, I have like an extra 2 to 3 hours where everyone else is still asleep, and it is amazing. I used to stay up late because everyone was asleep, but when I do that, I'm exhausted. So I'm working while I'm exhausted, trying to get things done while I'm exhausted. And usually, when I wake up in the morning to like review what I've done, it's like there's errors, there's mistakes, and it's because I was sleepy and my body was tired. But when I wake up super early and start working early, I'm energized and I'm actually like alive and I'm doing, I'm getting more work done. But so those are just some of the things that I'm going to be carrying on with me. But again, this week, y'all, like if I know that I could have done more um, in this fast, and I don't even know like what that means, like what more I could have done. But I just felt like bro, I could have done more. And because I feel that way, I'm going to this week. I'm going to do more. So we'll see how it goes, y'all. I'm excited. If you think about doing a Daniel fast, do it. Like just do it. I also wanted to mention that because again, I told you all that I eat after 12 o'clock. Before I started the Daniel fast, maybe 6 months prior to this, I was doing intermittent fasting where I wouldn't eat until after 12 and usually until after 3. So my body was really used to like and not eating until I say after 1 or 2 o'clock. I usually try to push to 3, but if as long as I make it to as long as I made it to or past 12, I could eat. But then I would say, well, if you're not hungry, then wait until 3. But if you are hungry after 12, go ahead and eat. But because my body was used to that, I think that's kind of what made it the Daniel fast easier for me. But I continued that throughout the fast. Like when I wake up, I drink a lot of water because I do feel hungry, but when I drink water, it goes away. But I did not want to start getting to the habit of eating in the mornings so that when I off of the Daniel fast, I would then be craving. So I still wanted to come out of the Daniel fast with intermittent fasting just because to me it just makes sense. Like whenever I eat early, I eat all day. Like if I start eating at 7 o'clock, please believe I'm going to eat at 7. I'm not going to stop eating until like 8 or 9. But when I start eating at 12, then it's not as bad. I'm not consuming as much. And even at 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock, say until 9 or even 3 to 8, that's not that bad. So I know how important it is for me to really intermittent fast, and not just be eating all day. Like, ain't nobody got time for that. But again, I'm feeling good, guys. I want to again encourage you all to just like do the Daniel fast and just do what you can do. Um, like the Father sees your heart and just seek after Him. But this has been life changing, life changing. Again, I don't know what I'm supposed to do after this. Like, I don't want to go back. I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out though. But thank you all for just going on this journey with me. I appreciate it, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Christina Sierra here, and I am here to give you, I want to say, the final update on my Daniel fast. If you haven't already, please click the subscribe button so that you will be notified whenever new videos have been posted. So, last time we spoke, I was going into my last week into the Daniel fast. It was, I believe it was a Sunday morning, early Sunday morning. No, it wasn't. I think it was around 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, actually. But I did a video just letting you guys know that I had one more week to go. I was so pumped, and that this last week was going to be really me focusing, really me just eating fruits and vegetables, me really praying to the Father. Like, I was really going to just give it my all this one week, because it has been amazing thus far. I really wanted to push it for the final week. So, when I made that video, I say around 8, 9 o'clock that night, I get a text message and a phone call from my sister stating that we needed to go home, which is out of town, to see our father. Our father wasn't doing too well, and he just had major surgery like 3 weeks ago. And it just turns out that he wasn't doing good and that we needed to go down there. I have 4 sisters. 3 of my sisters are here in Oklahoma with us, so we had to go back home to see our dad. So, um, when it happened, when we heard that we had to go back, my sister, she works overnight, so she said, well, let's just pull out tomorrow morning after I get off from work. Which would have been around like 8, 9 o'clock. But I said, okay, yep, that's fine. So they gave me time to just kind of pack some things here at home and then hit the highway. And then it kind of hit me that I'm on this Daniel fast. And usually, when you're out of town, it's just, it's eating out, you're in a hotel, so you really can't cook anything. And I told myself that you are still doing this fast. Like, this fast is definitely not over. So that morning before we headed out, I stopped by the grocery store and I picked up some fruit bowls, just mixed fruit bowls, some salads, some cashew nuts. Like, I was picking up some things that I could eat, um, so that I would not be down there hungry, just trying to eat anything. So, yeah, it was a lot that happened this final week, y'all. But I will say that I never once felt attacked. Like, I never felt that it was Satan or the Hasatan that was throwing these things at me. Um, and the reason being is because everything worked out so beautifully. Like, everything was just, like, there was no issues. Everything panned out fine. Now, a lot happened, but everything worked out. And I could see that, like, as each moment would happen, things would come together. So I leave my home to go meet up with my sister around, say, I think it was 8 o'clock, maybe 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. And that's when I went and stopped and got some fruits and vegetables. But it was raining when we left. We pulled out around 9, 10 o'clock, and it was raining really bad. So it took us a little, like an hour longer to get to where we were going because of the weather. But once we got to home, to our home state, we noticed that the weather in Oklahoma was getting worse. So we was like, what is going on? And turns out that Oklahoma was having an ice storm. And if you are from Oklahoma, if you heard about Oklahoma, Oklahoma has the most bizarre, unpredictable weather. Like, you can never really count on Oklahoma's weather because You can literally like go out one day and like it's snowing, and then like the next day it's like hot. So like it's just bizarre. You never know what's coming. But I feel like if you're from Oklahoma, or you lived in Oklahoma for a while, that's kind of what you expect. Like expect the unexpected, because you never know with Oklahoma. But so we've had really bad like snowstorms. Like we've had tornadoes. I've experienced a lot. Just being in this tornado alley, the weather is just so unpredictable from day to day, season to season. You never know what you're going to get. So surely when we saw this ice storm, we didn't really think it was a big deal, like because we're not here for one. We can't really see what's going on. It's hard for us to actually get the Oklahoma news because we're in another state. But it was bad. I say that night, my husband called me to tell me that the power was out. He had no power. And then within a few hours, it came back on. It was on for an hour or two, and then he heard a loud boom, and then the electricity went out again. So I am out of state. Me and my sisters are out of state. My husband is home with the kids. Um, no electricity. The same for my sister. My sister's husband was home with her children, no electricity. And, we're now in another state trying to take care of my father, see what's going on with him, what he's needing. So, this is also a time where tough decisions had to be made. We all had to be on one accord. We all had to make some decisions that were going to be best for our father. And that even worked out beautiful. I grew up with all sisters. Like, I'm so used to being around females that anything can kind of switch the mood. Like you can say something and look at someone weird or funny, and then like it just blows up, right? Like it's just the attitudes when you have girls, but especially when you're sisters. Um, but we did so well. I really enjoyed my time with my sisters when I was down there. It was really a nice time that we spent together. Um, but we were down there for 3 days, and with the coronavirus, they really locked things down. There was only one visitor could go in at a time a day, and that visitor could only stay there for an hour. And because of that, all of the other sisters had to stay in a car. Like we were in a parking lot. The first night I went in, he was in the emergency room, so I was able to stay. If you were in an emergency room, you could come in as much as you want to, and you can stay as long as you want to. But when you were admitted to a floor, you could only stay for 1 hour. So when we first admitted him, when we heard back, I went in. I actually went in and out because I had to talk to some nurses to figure out like what's going on, because there's a lot of us out here, who can go in and all of that. I had to figure that out. And once I figured that out, I updated my sisters and I went back inside to see what was going on with my father. And eventually it was like, okay, he's here. We can't really do too much now, so let's go ahead and go back to the room. Um, and this, just it kind of just went on like that for 3 days. And also just with the eating, we ended up eating out. We had to eat out, but I ate rice bowls the same time. I just had rice bowls, and I substitute the chicken, I think it was, with black bean burger, just the patty, and it was good. Had no problem eating that. The first night we went down there, though, we went to some Mexican place, and the food there was just heavy. I don't know. I was not happy with it, but whatever. So, we're dealing with this with my dad. He's getting better, but we we came to a solution with him, so that that went smoothly. And then just with the eating, my sisters understand what's going on. I told them on the way down here that I was doing a Daniel fast, so we was able to go to places that accommodated me. And now it's, I don't know, day 3, and we still do not have electricity at home. So it turns out that this ice storm was really bad, and what it did was it froze a lot of trees. These trees came crashing down on power lines. So if you're in Oklahoma or anywhere around Oklahoma, you driving down the street, you're just seeing tree limbs everywhere. Like they're everywhere. Um, and there's power. Everybody was out of power. Like when you get off the highway on these major streets, you can see one side is just out of business. The other side it has lights, but the one across the street doesn't. Um, so we finally make it home. I can't remember what day. Was it Wednesday or Thursday? I think it was Thursday. Maybe it was Wednesday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I think it was Wednesday night. Around, yeah, I think it was Wednesday night around 7, 8 o'clock, and it's dark now. So when we drive up, just get off the highway, it's just dark. Like you can barely see anything. The only thing that's lighting up the city was the lights from the vehicle. So my sister took me back to my vehicle, and I was able to get home. And then we had to go another 3 to 4 days without electricity. So this is 6 days we went without electricity. And it wasn't bad though. We have a gas stove, so we were able to stay warm using a gas stove. We were still able to cook. We had flashlights, and just throughout the day, we had the curtains and the blinds open. The first 3 days, it was just cold and just cloudy, kind of sad. But after those 3 days, the sun started to shine and it started to warm up to where I could just take the kids outside all day. We chilled out there all day. Also, when I got the call from my sister that Sunday, me and my husband was working on redoing our floors in the living room. So we had pulled all of the stuff out from the living room, and we have placed them just randomly around the house just to get that floor done. We have been redoing our floors, so we put out everything. We have those bookshelves and things, chairs just around the house, random places. And we had a goal of completing that within like a day or two. But again, I had to leave, and then the lights went out, so he didn't want to do the floors by himself with the children because they would have been like running him crazy, driving him crazy as they run around on the floor as he's trying to fix them. But when I came back home and we didn't have any electricity, it was like, oh my goodness. So we didn't have to wait until we get electricity. But we ended up going ahead and doing it just without the lights. We just used the sunlight, opened up all the curtains. We were able to get it done. We haven't moved anything back in there yet, so everything is still kind of spread it out. But it was just a crazy week, like a lot of things that happened. But again, it never felt like there was an attack attached to that. I felt things worked out so well, so well. So as far as me praying throughout the week, while I was gone out of town for those 3 days, I was still getting up early. The first night I think I was up around 4:30, and the second night I was up around. Oh, the second night we did not make it back to the hotel until 12 a.m. So I was exhausted. I didn't get up until 7. But I got up at 7, was able to pray unto the Father. And so, yeah, we were down there for 3 days, but we were in hotels for 2. So when I came back home, because our days were just different, y'all. Like we had no electricity. And come, 7 o'clock is dark. So we all had to go to the bedroom. We all slept in one room. We were in the children's room just because they have toys and things in there. It was just easier to sleep in there. There's 2 beds in there, so there was room for everybody. But around 7:30, we shut down the house, and we went into the bedrooms. And around, I say 8:30, 9 o'clock, we would go to bed. Like they was doing puppet shows and everything, just like entertainment. But because also we did not have heat, the thing that was keeping us warm was our gas stove, and we didn't leave that running throughout the night, so we turned it off before we go to bed, and then um, in the morning we would just warm up the house. But because of that, it was really cold in the middle of the night. So also I wasn't able to pray during the mornings. I had nowhere to go. Like I did not want to wake up, and I had to wake up everybody and then go to another room because it was freezing in all of the other rooms. And when I would wake up, I would try to pray, but I'm not getting up, but I would just fall back to sleep. So um, from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I was not getting up early. We were getting up around 8, 9 o'clock. Like we stayed in the bed until we had to get up, just because it was cold. And I mean, there's no power anyway. What's the point of getting up without electricity? I'm just kidding. But um, it really wasn't bad though. Like being without power, it wasn't bad at all. We still had everything that we needed. But so today is Sunday, and it is 4:20. I woke up around 2:30. I went to bed around 9 o'clock, and around 3 o'clock I went ahead and started praying, and then around 4 o'clock I went ahead and did a video. What else? Yesterday our lights came back on around 7. I say around 6:30. Um, the lights came back on, and the children, I still didn't turn on any of the, I mean, we used our lights, but as far as TVs and all of that, we didn't turn that on. The kids were just playing, and then, we went to bed. Um, but I think that's it. So I have one more day of the Daniel fast, and I'm excited that I did this. And again, I still don't want this to end. So there's some things that I'm definitely going to continue to do throughout my journey, and I'll keep you all updated and posted with that. So I have one more day left, and then I do a video of just the whole experience and what I plan to do next. So I will talk to you all soon. Bye.